Hey there, Flesh and Blood folks. Welcome back to Dice Commando. Thank you for checking in this evening, and welcome to our member video this week. Oh, wait a minute. You're not a member? Everyone's seeing this. That's right. So what I thought would be neat was to essentially show everyone a behind the scenes, if you will, of the type of videos that our members have access to at least on a weekly basis. When I go in, I play a tournament, I'll do a tourney recap, I'll share the deck list, lots of exploration and sharing and stuff like that. Or when we have something else, you never know what crazy things is coming in the fab world. So I'll throw up a member video and wanted to basically share that with everyone at large and kind of encourage people to really come join us, right? Become part of the Dice Commando team, not just for this, but you also get access to our Discord and you get to hang out with some pretty cool dudes and chat and all that. So anyway, the majority of you are not here for that. You don't care, but a lot of people do support their favorite creators with Patreons and stuff like that. I do not have a Patreon. This is how I've chosen to do it, and you get something for it. So if it's for you, consider it. It's right next to the subscribe button. It's the join button, if that's for you. If not, that's cool. Let's get right into the deck tech, because that's why you're here. All right, so yes, tonight is my Commoner Dorinthea deck tech. Now, the reason this is a great candidate for being a crossover team video is that this deck hasn't actually been played in a tournament yet. I've only played it with people in testing. I think it's very good, and I also love the fact that it's so stupid simple. It's so stupid simple, right? So what we're doing in this Dorinthea deck tech, that's right, Dorinthea not great in Commoner, but this deck I think is pretty good. And all we're doing here is we are just maximizing the 1/3 cost curve. That's all we're doing, right? Dorinthea, as we well know in Commoner, has a very hard time with the second swing, right? She doesn't have Blade Runners. She doesn't have stuff like that. She's got to run Driving Blades, and your cost curve is all jacked up, and she doesn't get to block. So what I've done instead is basically just gone, keep it simple, stupid, right? KISS. And I've just gone straight up on the 1/3 cost curve. All right, so all we're really doing in this deck, with a couple exceptions, is we're running 1/3s, whether it be a front pump or a back pump. So on guard, for example, right? On guard, just a front pump, 1/3. You're actually going to see a lot of cards in here from the 2-player set, which I think is actually pretty interesting, right? So on guard, we have Iron Song responses, both red. Yes, I'm skipping cards. We'll go talk about, Fate Foreseen, you guys understand why that's there in Commoner. But on guard, +3 on the front. Iron Song response is actually the only card, the only react in the deck that depends on them blocking, right? Other than that, everything else just presents 1/3 curve damage, okay? And obviously, you guys are well aware, the Dawnblade itself is 1/3 curve, right? So on guard into Dawnblade, 2/6, threatening something in your hand. Are they going to overblock? Are they not? Present a Bear Dawnblade. It doesn't matter if they block or not either way, right? So we have on guard, we have Nature's Path Pilgrimage, we have push forward. Push forward you would obviously love to use on your second swing for the dominate, but again, it's just one more, right? You're in Commoner, so you're a little limited. It's just one more 1/3 on the front side. All right, as far as the over the tops, let's go ahead and look at those reactions, attack reactions. 18 attack reactions in the deck. Not all of them are red, but we are running Out for Blood, Puncture. Oh, sorry, on the front pump, I did forget Sharpened Steel as well, right? Sharpened Steel is a 0/3, so there's a 0/3 for each, right? We have Iron Sign Responses, Reprise, and we have 0/3 front pump on Sharpened Steel. My apologies. But as far as the reaction, we have Out for Blood, we have Puncture, we have Razor Reflex, we have Thrust, we have Stroke of Foresight. Oh, yes, we do. And then we also have Blade Flash. That's actually the really not the only, but functionally, you're not probably using your blue hit and run to go again. I don't think this really works as a second swing deck. If you look at the contents of this deck, it's just not there, right? So on guard, Fate Foreseen, Iron Song ×4, red, blue, Nature's Path, Oasis Respite. You have to run that in Commoner. No question with how strong Icelander is, right? Out for Blood ×2, Puncture ×4, red and blue, Sharpened Steel ×4, red and blue, Push Forward, Razor Reflex, 2 reds, Sink Below, Raging Onslaught. That is your popper. You have to run a popper in this format. You have to, right? Dramai and Prism, they're going to pop up. And if Prism goes off on you for a whole bunch, you're going to be a sad panda. 2 Stroke of Foresights, 2 Thrusts red, and then Blade Flash and Hit and Run. Going into the Armor Equipment Street, it's pretty self-explanatory. Dawnblade, that's our 1/3. That's what we're running. Deep Blue, you need that for hand fixing, right? It has to be your chess piece, basically always. Gallantry Gold and Refraction Bolters both have Battle Worn. Ironrot Helm, okay, fair enough. Null Rune Gloves, Null Rune Hood, and then Null Rune Robe. Now, the reason that we're running the robe here, right, the reason we're running the robe here is because Deep Blue is an action to do, so it doesn't really help you in the wizard matchup, right, as long as you're a pure wizard matchup, okay? So the Refraction Bolters do give us Go Again, and what you want to try and do is you want to try and do that as early as possible, right? Trying and basically do an all-out turn as early as possible and get that counter on to make you a 1-4 really shifts basically everything in the game. I mean, basically, if you can get, because you're like, look at this, right? With a 1-9 curve, they can block it out, but then the next time you're going to come back by 1-9, sorry, 3-9 curve, right? 1-3 times 3, 3-9 curve. If they block it out or if they overblock, you're going to be able to keep coming back with that, right? The idea of this deck is that most turns you're going to be able to come in and present, or at least fake presenting, because sometimes you're going to draw blue hands, right? It's going to work that way, and that's how it is. But you're always going to at least be able to indicate coming for 9. That's always what you're going to do. Remember, this is a 20 health format. Not everybody has a lot of armor, right? I think Brute actually, ironically, has the most armor of anyone in terms of class armor. People looking at 24, right? So 24, I guess they could run the ones that you pitch to, I suppose. So 28, I suppose, if they really want to pitch to it, but nobody's doing that, right? But you get the idea, right? If you keep coming for 9, eventually they've just got to start blocking, and then they have to overblock against you, right? That's the real problem, is they're going to know how many reacts you have and they have to overblock. So that's the deck. Not super complicated, I get it, but it's so stupid simple, and it really works, right? And you do want to go second, generally. You want to go second if possible. If you do go first, you just want to really arsenal and then come back with as much as you can, right? So anyway, the struggles this deck has are versus Bravo, obviously, because it can stick damage and you can't block, and then he's got a bunch of reacts, and usually they're playing unmovables, right? So Bravo tends to be a problem. The rest of them definitely, I wouldn't say definitely don't, but when you're presenting a high enough curve on any hero, I mean, think about it, right? At 20 health with a couple armor, you really only need to present 9 twice to really put them in back foot mode, right? So anyway, this is my crazy concept that I've been playing with. I think it works better. I think it works better than you think, and that's about it. So anyway, like I said, we just do these casually. So thanks for joining us for our team video. Thank you everyone for joining us for our team member video. Thank you to the team members for continuing to support. I really do appreciate engaging with you guys. It's been great doing everything we do, including that big old tournament that we're playing right now. So anyway, thank you folks. I really, really appreciate it. If nothing else, go Commando.